Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we're back in Dol Guldur after rescuing Celeborn, and after joining Galadriel in the destruction of this dark fortress, we are ready now to begin our journey to northern Mirkwood, which has been renamed to Eryn Lasgalen, and we'll do that just by taking this horse. I'm tired, all. Gonna grab the milestone just in case. I don't think we're gonna need it, but you never know. And there's also a stable master in here that gives you as well the chance of swift traveling to southern Mirkwood, which will make things a little bit easier. Actually, I had forgotten one quick thing. I do enjoy the flashy effects. And the toggles are a little bit tricky to see, but other than that, I think they look kinda cool. They were initially added on, what was it, March? I believe it was, and they were removed and reworked. I think these ones look a little bit, they are a little bit more noticeable than what they were in March. You can go to one of the earlier Rohan episodes in the East Wall, and you will see how that looked, but I think these ones look a little bit better. And I just want to give it a go and see how much of a difference do they make, and just get a hang of it. Now we're sticking to the main road. I think we can actually ride. The channeling effect is very good in my opinion, very visible and all. But as I was saying, we're gonna stick to the main road. I don't think we have received any other quests for this area yet, so I think we just gotta ride to Felegoth, which is in here. I'm not sure if we're gonna find any more quests as we go, but from what I remember, you get some quests in Felegoth to come back into the forest and just start doing your thing. So, Felegoth, Mirkwood actually, Eryn Lasgalen, my bad. It's kind of tricky to traverse. This is one of these places in which it's highly recommended to get your ambient light all the way up, because when it's down, it looks, well, it doesn't look so bad. But keep in mind, we are in morning time, and that makes things easier to see. But at nighttime, this place can be very confusing. We can actually get a landscape quest with this guy. And we have a new deed as well, Northern Beast Slayer. Wolves, left unchecked, have made the wilds unsafe. They patrol Eryn Lasgalen and the Dale lands looking for prey. Now, I had this reward. Where is it? There is some armor, a nice armor that we just got here, this one. But I think we need to apply some essences in it so that it matches what we had. We need to apply at least a physical mastery and a vitality essence. And I think we'll get a chance of finding that. I think there should be a vault in Felegoth. So even if you're having some issues finding your way, if it's too dark, even with ambient light, you can guide yourself with these kind of posts that are alongside the road those will guide you where you need to go. From the western side to the eastern side of the forest. And there should be a couple explorer deeds that we can unlock along the way. I'm just trying to remember some of those locations. Some of them are very easy to find, as you just need to follow this road, but a few more of them can be tricky. If there are no more wolves, I think I'm gonna mount once again. How many wolves? We need 10 of them. That shouldn't be so hard. Also trying to see if we can start collecting some of those pages. We saw a few of those pages when we were doing the Dwarf Allegiance, but I much rather save those for when we are actually there for the quests of this area. Once again, the Dwarf Allegiance was a sneak peek of sorts for what you were about to find. But I would like to save those pages for later. Now, I think the lightning in this is doing quite good, but this forest is actually... I always found that funny, but it seems to me that Eryn Lasgalen is darker than Northern Mirkwood, which is kind of weird considering that Mirkwood, Southern Mirkwood, is so close to Dol Guldur, what Sauron's fortress was, and this happened just after the fall of Sauron, so this one should be lighter, but no, take a look. If you don't have ambient light on, there are some places in some locations in this forest that are really hard to discern. So yeah, gonna take my light on. These are the places in which having that light on makes a huge difference. Now that I'm think of it, I don't think I have leveled up my crafting, my Doomful crafting. I should get to it as soon as I get a chance. This bridge should have unlocked something, I'm sure of it. Maybe not this bridge, but... there's gotta be a boat somewhere in here. Wow, what was that? Sorcerer's Waters. Yeah, you don't want to get too close to those waters, but... just trying to find... maybe it's to the north of the bridge? Or maybe it should actually be on the other shore. I think. Man, the first time I did this, I didn't have any issues. I stumbled upon this one by accident, actually. And now that I know there's something in here, I can't get it. Figures. Where is it? Oh, come on. Ah, stop it. Christ. How many times does this have to happen? I'm trying to make my way to the bridge. Nidit, the path of the company. Thank you so much. Bombur has fallen in. Bombur is drowning. So, that's the deed I was looking for. In which you track the path of Thorin and company through Eryn Lasgalen and the Dalelands, where Bombur fell into the Enchanted River. I think you should be able to see some traces of that. The boat they used to cross, even. God, I don't see it, but there was supposed to be something in here. Come on, Beriathan. Get up. This is a really nice effect. It makes the task of finding the boat a little bit harder. I'm short. Something here. A rope. Anything. Right now, I don't know what I'm supposed to look for, but there was something in here to signal that's the place where Bombur failed. If I remember right. I might not be. But anyway, we have 16 locations to discover. Not all of them will be here in Eryn Lasgalen, of course. And for the most part, we just gotta stick to the road and you will discover all of them. But I think there are a few locations for that deed that you actually need to find. They are not on the road, or even if they are, not as simple. Ah, I saw a quest ranking here. Taurog Elder. Sure, why not? You did, Taurogrim's Lair. And that's what you deserve for rooting me. We need to defeat 80 of them. Okay. The Taurogrim, a vicious tribe of wood trolls, have invaded Eryn Lasgalen, making the woods unsafe. This is a place where it's not that easy to find the Taurogrim, but we'll get to those places soon enough, where you can find plenty of those trolls. Sturdy branch, I think that's the one I was looking for too. Yeah, this branch looks sturdy enough to climb. The sun was shining brilliantly and it was a while before he could bear it. So this is the tree that Bilbo climbed, trying to see if there was a way, if the way out of the forest was close at hand. Since this was a sort of valley or hollow, if I remember correctly, he couldn't see anything, but in fact they were really close. And Tolkien also made big emphasis on these black butterflies. And I think the LOTRO team did a great job recreating this spot. They didn't have to, but they did, and it's amazing. And it's also one of my favorite shots from the Desolation of Smaug movie. Bilbo on top of the tree with the butterflies. It was amazing. So I love it so much that this place exists in the game, that it was acknowledged. And close to this place we'll find the location in which the dwarves abandoned the main road, which is this one in here, I believe. They were lured off the path by the light of torches. Yeah. And thank God also that the LOTRO team marked a clear path for us to follow. Can you imagine trying to find Felegoth with that? Without that? Getting lost as much as the dwarves did? I'm sure a lot of players would have get frustrated if we didn't have this path to show us the way. Some sort of bridging here. We're actually here in Felegoth now. Really close to the entrance. Was so much easier to find now. The first time I came to Eryn Lasgalen, it was dark. Maybe it was nighttime too, and that made things worse, but finding my way, I had to stick to the map for a long time. Basically have my map open all the time and just checking where I was going. Bark paper page. Yeah, we'll get to that one in just a moment. We can skip that one. Stable Master.
What do you need?
Milestone. This one it's a little bit more useful. But we are of course going to get it. Now, you have found the entrance to the Caverns of Felegoth, the Halls of the Elvenking. You did, Explorer of Eryn Lasgalen. Or Felegoth, Castellion, well, 10 locations. Basically. bark paper page, there is one here. You found a page from a tome, the paper made from the pressed bark of trees. Perhaps you can find other pages around Eryn Lasgalen and complete the story. There are 17 of them, God.
Time went on. To the great Greenleaves we came, and sorrow and misfortune ever at our heels. Finally, to Caverns Felegoth, near Erebor, and so, near to dwarves.
Any other paging here? There are a lot of pages inside Felegoth, just so you know.
The king himself told us to expect you.
You are welcome in Felegoth, Beriathan. The king himself told us to expect you and to hasten you to him when you arrive. There will be time to explore the halls of Felegoth at your leisure. For now, find King Thranduil at his throne in the northeastern chamber and be welcome. Thank you. I'll be sure. I will go to the king as fast as I can. And thankfully, inside Felegoth, you can ride steeds, regular steeds, goats. The only thing that is restricted in here are war steeds. And of course, who would like to ride a war steed in such a close space? That'd be a nightmare. Going so fast, trying to find your way. Mailbox. No bolt keeper in here. What a shame. I could really use a bolt. Where are your friends now? What are they doing? Demanded Thranduil.
I welcome you to the Halls of Frederick, and to the greater wood of Eryn Lasgalen.
Enjoy the comforts of my halls and the conversation of my people. My scholars study the artifacts from Dol Guldur, and if any sign of this Bugdatish is found, you will be called. You express your concern about keeping artifacts from Dol Guldur within his halls, and Thranduil nods. You are wise to be wary, but my people have much experience facing the corruption of Sauron. Did they not resist its influence for the many years of darkness that gave this forest the name Mirkwood? They will be vigilant now and will learn what they safely may of these artifacts. That done, any that cannot be cured and retained will be destroyed. Worry not on that score.
I have been expecting your arrival.
Thank you! You're so kind. Now, we started earning reputation with the Elves of Felegoth. And from what I remember, there's not enough reputation to get kindred with them without some grinding. So I think this is the moment at which I'm gonna start running some of my reputation accelerators. I have 14. And there are 3 factions in this area that are a pain to max. So that means I can use... Yeah, I can use 3 for each one, basically.
I learned of something surpassingly strange. The spiders of these woods are no more.
Upon returning to these halls after the trials of battle, I learned of something surpassingly strange. The spiders of these woods are no more. Not by us were they slain, nor by any hand, from all we can tell. They have simply vanished, it seems, leaving only their web-covered ends. Any person in my kingdom, be they elf or not, who unravels this mystery shall earn my regard and generosity.
Since I have closed my realm to trade and travel, there has been unrest and murmuring among the rafters who dwell along the river.
Although my judgment was measured and with good reason, I deem I may not have considered all that I should. Will you travel to Loeglont and speak to Lorndur? Tell him that I will weigh reopening trade with Lake Town should the route be made completely safe.
I am delighted to see you in my father's halls.
I think Gimli would appreciate them as well if he could put aside the grudges of his sire, who spent some time imprisoned in the dungeons here. Yes, I have heard the story. Gloin and the others of his company are fortunate if it was not my duty to guard their cells, or they might be here still. Much mischief might have followed then, and it seems likely Smog would still travel the north, so let us be glad that watching the dwarf was not a princely duty. In truth, I have not spent much time at Felegoth, not since I was young. These caves are home, and they remind my father of his own younger days in service to his liege, Thingol, but I prefer wooded glens and sunlight. My father seldom emerges from his halls, save to hunt and feast in the nearby woods. Instead, he sends me to accomplish his desires in the wider world, and I relish those errands. I would not have attended the Council of Elrond were it not so, but that is a tale you know. I invite you to explore Felegoth while you are here, Beriathan. Visit the dining chamber, the room of study, and the waterway bridge, and speak to a number of the elves you encounter. You will find them pleasant and welcoming, no matter what Gimli and his sire might have led you to believe. Thank you, Legolas. Thank you for your welcome as well, King Thranduil. I will enjoy my time in Felegoth as much as I can. It's a lovely place. Sure, that's true. There are. We keep unlocking and unlocking more quests. Galleon.
Old friend, hear me before you go farther.
Without open trade between Lake Town and Dale, the raft elves are idle and purposeless. But that is not all. There is talk among the river reeds of the ending of the age. Some wonder if King Thranduil and the other high elves will leave us to sail west. Some argue they should. Care not, we are elves, all of us. Though our kindred never looked upon the farther shore. There will be no treason or treachery, though others ill may come of it. Put the raft elves back to work and there will be little time for such talk, and much good shall be restored. Galleon, the Chamberlain that Bilbo got drunk. Poor Galleon. I'm glad to see he still has a job.
Take heed now.
This wood is to be Mirkwood no more, but Eryn Lasgalen, the wood of Greenleaves. Though our foes both far and near are overthrown, the scars and shadows they have left behind will not willingly give up their grasp upon our home. No, there will be hard work in the gritting of our wood, and we are thankful to name the wizard Radagast the Brown our friend, for his knowledge in such matters runs deep. In fact, it had nearly slipped my mind, but when he arrived at Felegoth, he asked after you by name. You ought go and meet him. I believe he is in the tree nursery outside his halls just now. Gonna remove this one, remove the Taurogrim quest. Travel to Loiglon, we're not gonna do that just yet, so we can remove that as well.
It is good you are here.
May I ask for your assistance, Warden? A matter has been brought to my attention, and I could use the aid of someone battle-tested, like yourself. I am Thorlin, Chief Hunter of Felegoth. This is the situation. A pair of Jorling's raiders, siblings I believe, were present in Felegoth when King Thranduil ordered the realm closed. They left, taking the path west, but never reached the forest gate. I then sent one of my scouts, Gleneth, to find them. She too has gone missing. I fear they did not simply lose their way in the forest. Meet me on the path south of here. We will follow their trail and see where it leads us.
Quiet is the forest, loud is the guest, we like to say.
Hail, good man. The time draws ever near for the departure of our king to the Undying Lands. This is no time for gloom, though. No, it is a time of celebration. Evil has been vanquished and the wood will be the realm of the Wood Elves once more. I am a musician of the great halls of Felegoth. My harp rings bright and true through the caverns around us. I play each day songs of old and songs of joy. Today there is a problem though. I seem to have lost my harp. I lost not just my harp, but also many of the items that make each performance a great experience. For added ambience I prefer to play with my vase, my goblet and my box, just in case a passerby provides a gracious donation. If you could find these items for me, I shall fill these halls with the sweetest sounds of my harp. Alright. Exploring Felegoth, we go. Okay. This is King Thranduil's dining chamber, but there is no feast here today.
I fought at Dagorlad, but more than half of the Wood Elves did not return from the war.
When the last alliance marched through Rhovanion on its way to Mordor, none were turned away who sought to march against the Dark Lord. Men of the Long Lake, dwarves of Khazad-dûm, and elves of the divided Greenwood, west and east, stood side by side. I fought with my brothers and sisters at Dagorlad, but more than half of the Wood Elves did not return from the war. Last two were our kings. Thranduil ascended to the throne, and though he is not a Wood Elf, he never forgot the sacrifice of my people. He led us wisely and well during the years since the Battle of Dagorlad. He is the Elvenking, and I am proud to serve him. I know he will one day depart for the Undying Lands with the rest of his kin, and leave this land to be ruled by Wood Elves. I will celebrate his rule when that day comes, and speak much praise to Thranduil Swiftstream. That day is soon approaching. Herthir smiles, anticipating the day the Wood Elves will rule Eryn Lasgalen. Ah, here we have the harp. Cool. Let us see if we can look for all these items on horseback. Hopefully, we will not be dismounted. Alright, I think we can do some exploration in Felegoth. Okay. We can explore this little room in here. There is a page, I knew it.
Gwariamir, we named that necklace then. The Jewel of Betrayal. And no sign of it was seen or heard from for years beyond counting.
Another page in here.
It was a necklace of ancient make, wrought by the dwarves of old. Fine and gleaming was the gold, encrusted with 500 perfect glittering emeralds, maybe more. Perfect, wondrous, radiant.
What do we have here? Starlight, moonlight, that is the time for dance and song. This is the room of study where scholars pore over the artifacts from Dol Guldur.
Our scholars hope to cleanse the artifacts brought from Dol Guldur of their evil.
Our scholars study the artifacts brought from Dol Guldur, hoping to cleanse them of the evil that blankets them. I hope they prove able, for that was once our home. It is true. I speak not of the fortress. No, the fortress of Dol Guldur was wholly constructed by servants of the enemy. But it was built upon the bones of the elf hall that once stood atop the Bald Hill, abandoned at the advice of Codonir the Wide. He believed the darkening of Mirkwood could not be slowed, and King Thranduil heeded his words and led us north beyond Agordor, the narrows of the forest. We settled at a rocky spire in the mountains of Emin Lag, overlooking the source of the river Luthond. Thranduil named the hill Cadastilian, and the hall stands still, but it stands empty. Darkness of Mirkwood spread, and our retreat from the southern reaches of the wood was not to be the last such retreat. I do not wish to speak of it, I am sorry. My happiest days were spent in Cadastilian, and speaking of it now brings the pain of their loss anew. Gondil smiled sadly, remembering days before she left Cadastilian. That's a lot of lore about the population of the wood by the elves, and I'm not sure how much of it is in Tolkien's writings and how much of it was made by the devs to complement it. So if you happen to know, please let me know. I will keep you all in prison until you have learned sense and manners, said Thranduil to the poor dwarves. Okay. Let us check this storage area. because there's plenty of good stuff to find in here. A couple pages at least, I wager, but even more. There's a very special location to find in here as well that's also related to the deed, if I'm not mistaken. But you can see here all the barrels of wine, as the elves enjoy their drinking a lot. I think this is where Bilbo got Guldur drunk. Not Guldur. Oh god, I forgot the name. Empty apple barrel. This is a very funny one. We shall be bruised and battered to pieces and drowned for certain. So, you need to reach friend standing with the Elves of Felegoth to be able to use this barrel. And, much like Bilbo, you will ride the barrel downriver and you will be dropped at a random location, but as far as I know, it's a random location, but it's one of the fastest ways of reaching Loegland. Otherwise, you will have to ride a lot to get there. So I hope we can get friend status with the elves soon enough and have some fun with that barrel. Why not? No pages in here, it seems. I didn't see any. Ah, but there's one here.
What memories remain of those first years are but fragments. The emerald necklace was lost in war, given in marriage, tainted by treachery, and cast aside in sorrow.
The air is cool and damp with mist in this river channel.
These caverns were carefully shaped over hundreds of years.
And now their beauty is a comfort to me. So too is it a reminder that even amid darkness, good elves and grey elves working together can achieve works of grace and splendor. So too can it be between elves and dwarves. There has been trade between our peoples, to be certain, but that is a history troubled and long. There may now be friendship and peace between elves of the wood and dwarves of the mountain, but it was not always so. In Erebor, the lonely mountain of the dwarves, their miners unearthed a shining white jewel of unsurpassed brilliance. King Thranduil believed it must be nothing less than one of the lost Silmarils, and demanded to see it, but Thane of the dwarves refused. Thranduil shut the gates of Felegoth to the dwarves, and only the Council of Mithrandir and his assurance that the white jewel could not be a Silmaril repaired those broken bonds of friendship. They were later strained again, but of the Necklace of Gideon it is not my place to speak. Ask the Prince Legolas of it if you must, but I will say naught of it now. Ithran apologizes for his sudden reticence, but he will say no more. Yeah, and I think we'll be getting some tidbits about the Necklace of Gideon from the Lost Lore. So we gotta keep looking for those pages. Ah, this is the way from the sails. There is a page in here.
A gift the emerald necklace was, given freely in times of goodwill. But friendship, far more fragile than any metal or gem, did not endure.
Seems that was it. Yeah, this is where we were before. Okay. Let us continue exploring. Talk to Legolas in the throne room of Felegoth. Sure. Is this going to give rep? No. What a shame. Okay, this room we had already explored. Oh my god, I'm making my way back again. Jeez, what happened? But how many pages have we found in Felegoth alone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are what? 5 pages in? Yeah, 5 pages, which is not bad, and I wager there should be a couple more on the western side of these caverns. I remember seeing 1 or 2 of those pages in the hole under the mountain in Erebor, so there's that as well. Back to Legolas it is. So, Legolas, would you tell me about that necklace? It seems it's a very delicate matter. So I of course don't want to overexceed my bounds, but now I am curious about it. So if you can tell me, that would be great.
How did you enjoy your exploration of my father's halls?
You share your experience of Felegoth and ask Legolas about the Necklace of Gideon mentioned by Etharon. He stares at you in silence. That is a subject about which my father prefers not to speak, and I will respect his wishes. I will say only this. The Gweriamir was crafted by dwarves and gifted to the bride of Thingol, my father's liege. When he was murdered, she cast it away in disgust, and it was lost for thousands of years. It came in the end to the dwarves of Erebor, and seeing it there inflamed my father's anger, as you surely can understand, Beriathan. When Smaug came, my father turned the dwarves away and they became a people in exile. I am not proud to recount this to you. The matter was resolved in time, and I do not wish to dwell upon it. There are dangers and troubles enough to face for now, without dwelling upon old injuries and half-forgotten insults.
Let us instead look to the dangers that await my people in Eryn Lasgalen today.
It is mere hours since I returned, and already I have heard tales of orc spies in the forest. We should seek the scouts my father dispatched and see what they have learned of these spies. Gardalen and Dinalas patrol the woods southeast of Torek Emil. Let us go to them and hear their report. Sure, bark paper page. Yeah, why didn't I see this one here, I wonder?
Listen, and you shall hear the tale of strife and friendship between elves and dwarves, circling back over the long years in the shape of a single emerald necklace.
Oh. So, we have all the pages from 1 to 6. Great. Are we gonna stay in Felegoth, trying to find the items that we need? Well, here we have a goblet, so sure, why not? On the goblet. These are some sort of gardens. Really beautiful gardens as well. Nothing in here, it seems. Gotta find a way out of it. Alright, there we got the base. Found the vase, awesome. Anything else in here? Seems not. We're missing one more item. Ah, no. The vase was not it. God, I forgot. Which one was it? Where's the right path? No. Let us continue looking then. should be somewhere around here, right? Yeah. Elvish box. Yeah, had to be something like that. No more pages? Really? What a shame. I was hoping for at least one more. Seems to be a very uneventful side of the caverns. Even. Kinda weird. But okay.
Welcome, stranger.
You have found my belongings. I am indebted to you. I must be more careful and not misplace these precious items again. Now, something is missing. Yes, my vase needs fresh flowers in it. If you could make haste to the gardens here in Felegoth, there should be some nice golden flowers to fill the vase. Alright, yeah, I can go to the gardens. Any excuse to go into the gardens is a good one. Flowers, there we go. And thank God we can pick this from horseback. No. Wait. That's number 6. There we go. There you go, your flowers.
Quiet is the forest, loud is the guest, we like to say.
Now I am ready. Let the music begin. Yeah, reputation acceleration tome. Before we do that. Indeed, quests of Eryn Lasgalen. We need 30 of them, sure. Do you feel the swell in the air and the cheer within these halls? Yes, I also feel as though something more is missing. Perhaps the elves could use some wine and dancing. I shall continue to play. If you would, make haste to the wine cellar in Felegoth and procure some wine for the wood elves. Alright, I'll get you the wine. I hope you share. I could use some wine. There we go. It's not that far, really. Alright, should be through here. Okay. Oh, there was a cake up top. Okay. More wine. Yeah, thank God to whoever decided to allow horses in here. I think maybe, if I remember correctly, at first, originally at release, you couldn't ride horses. So can't you imagine? Can't you imagine this? Doing this without horses. Six and 7. There we go. Let us see if I can find my way out of this cellar. Cool. Nope, it's through here. Oh, God, I lost my way again. Why? Oh, before I forgot, I have a couple more trade points that I can spend in here. But I think I need to get some points out of my red tree into the yellow tree to be able to reach this one, area targeting. I think I need 4 points. I need to take a look into that. By the time I get the points I need. So far, so good. But you give wine to the elves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the 7th one? Ah, 7. Of course. Of course we have to give some wine to... Ah, I thought it was you, Galleon. It's not you? Who wants the wine? Okay. I get it. I get it if you're trying to live a life of... If you want to impose some limits on yourself after what happened, I get it. You're very welcome. Alright. Another wood elf in here. There you go. Another wood elf. Alright, doing good. So, there you go as well. one more elf and we should be good to go. Dance with the elves? Really? Okay, I'm gonna dance with the elves then. And there you go. 6 different elves we need to find for dancing. Quite a party they're throwing, it seems. Like, these elves? No. But these ones? No. Who do I need to dance with? Galleon? Do you want to dance? Not now, I am busy. Sorry, geez, chill up a little. Have you been drinking my Dorwinian wine? What makes you think that? So Legolas, you wanna dance too? No? Not you who wants to dance? What makes you think I've been drinking your wine? Dance with elves. Can we dance with this lady too? No. Come on. I mean, I should be able to dance with some of these guys at least. Keitlaws, you started all this. Oh, you dance too. Beautiful, thank you.
Ah, there is light among the trees.
Now everyone is merry and my joyous music brings light into the Cavern hold. I thank you. Please continue listening to my music for as long as you wish. You are a kind man. The wine was delicious and the music I have made was fit for the evening. Now I must confess my music is more of a hobby. My daily task is to clean the caverns. I should probably get to my task soon, but I am oh so sleepy. Must clean the cells this. Keitlaws trails off and falls asleep. Perhaps you should assist him by performing his task for him. That would be a very kind thing to do for your new friend. The map. There we go. Found the map. But I don't think we have enough time for cleaning today. Look at him sleeping. Okay. Well, we're gonna help him, of course. We're a good guy. But that's gotta be on the next one. For the time being, thank you so much for watching today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.